Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is Nancy. I make videos on fashion, lifestyle, makeup, reviews, and many more. Share today is basically a video which everyone requested that I do, which is a review on the Fenty Beauty foundation. So I went to Harvey Nichols on Saturday last week, and I actually ran out of my current foundation. So I was doing my research on what foundation I should be picking up. I was mostly gravitated towards NARS because I haven't tried the NARS foundations. So I just thought if the concealer is doing such a great job, then I should definitely try the foundation. But having said that, I wanted to try something new in the market so I can use it and also review it for you guys. So I decided I will go in for the Fenty Beauty. So this is how the packaging of the foundation looks like on the outside. I really don't mind because I'm gonna anyways discard this packaging. And on the box it says Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, and it is a pro filter soft matte long wear foundation, and you get 32 ml, and I picked up the shade 350. So the lady at the Fenty counter in Harvey Nichols, she matched 350 was like an exact match. This is how the actual packaging looks like. It comes with a frosted glass bottle. It is glass, it's not plastic. It looks very beautiful and very simple. It's not too complicated. It comes with a white lid, and it definitely comes with a pump, which is easier to disperse the product, whereas if you don't have a pump, it's quite difficult to measure how much you actually need. So yeah, and I just wanted to read some of the claims of this product from the Fenty website. This foundation comes in 40 different shades, which is a big plus because everyone can definitely find a match for their skin tone. And Rihanna, this is the first time she's coming up with a beauty launch, like a beauty brand launch, and she at first to come up with like 40 shades straight is something commendable. And yeah, so the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation gives skin an instantly smooth, pore diffused, shine free finish that easily builds to medium to full coverage. The oil-free matte foundation is made with climate adaptive technology that's resistant to sweat and humidity and won't clog your pores, so that wherever you are, it's going to work on your skin. Best of all, this is as light as air. Longwear foundation is undetectable on sun, so you always look like you. So she's basically saying you're not gonna look cakey, or you're not gonna look like you have too much foundation. Foundation, it actually the life of this foundation is for 12 months, so you have a whole year to go through this. They claim that this foundation is medium to full coverage, so I'm gonna start with one pump of foundation onto my skin, and then if I need more coverage, then definitely I will go in for another pump. So this is how my skin looks without a foundation on, and I just have my moisturizer, and I've just done my brows, and I have an eyeliner and my lip gloss. That's it. So I'm just going to use the Fenty foundation on my skin and let you guys know my thoughts on how this foundation really works. So I'm going to start with a primer. I'm using the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm just going to use the primer on one side of my face. I'm not going to use it on the whole face, just to see how this foundation works with primer on and without primer on. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my primer onto the right side of this side of my face and blend it in, and the other side I'm just not going to apply any primer. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques sponge to like just blend the primer. I'm really excited to try this foundation because there was so much hype about this foundation, and there still is. So I'm really looking forward to trying it. I just using one pump for the moment, and then I will add more. It is quite watery, as you can see. It's not very thick a foundation. It is quite liquidy, which is good. I think thicker foundations make you look like you have too much you know, foundation on. So I'm just gonna apply it on one side of my face first to show you guys. Is just like skin. As you can see, I have foundation on this side of my face and I don't have foundation on this side, so you can see the difference. It still looks very much like skin, like your skin, but better. That is what I really loved about this foundation. So I'm gonna apply another pump, and I'm just gonna go over, you know, the other side of my face. Foundation does tend to oxidize to a different color. So in case you are buying this foundation, that you allow this foundation to dry on your skin before you actually buy it, because the shade I actually tried was 360, but it looked very different after it dried and I didn't like the way it looked. So I went in for 350. I allowed it to dry for a bit, and then this was like a perfect match for my skin. Overall, my thoughts, it looks amazing. I feel great. Like, I don't feel like I have a lot of makeup on my skin, and this foundation is sticky. I can tell that this foundation is already you know, dried, and it's set on my face. So that's what I really love about this foundation. And I think what I'm gonna do is, I don't really need another pump because I'm happy with the way this looks, but just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna apply another pump to see if it is buildable. So just a little bit. And I forgot to mention that this foundation retails for £27 in London. Over places where, you know, I just need a little bit more coverage or more foundation. It has really covered up my skin really well, and it looks very, very natural, which is what I love about this foundation. It doesn't look like I have a lot of makeup on my skin. It is definitely buildable with a sponge. I'm not sure about a brush, but definitely buildable with a sponge. So this is how you know, the foundation look. It looks very matte. My skin looks smooth, and I can tell that this foundation has already settled into my skin, and I just love how this foundation feels, you know. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna come back and, you know, check in, and I will try to wear this foundation for a good 4 to 5 hours today, because I'm not doing anything much. I'm just staying at home, but I will just wear it for about 4 to 5 hours, and at the end of 5 hours I will come and give you my thoughts about this foundation and how it lasted. And I have actually finished with my foundation. I didn't apply a powder, I didn't apply highlighter, I just did a little bit of blush, that's it. I don't want to pat too much on my skin because I really want to just focus on how this foundation works. So yeah, and it is 11 o'clock at the moment, and I will check back in a couple of hours, maybe like 3 hours in between, to, you know, give my thoughts and tell you how this foundation. Hey everyone, I'm back to do my final check-in. I said I would check in between, but I'm so sorry I couldn't, because I happened to just go out with my husband to have a quick lunch, and we just came back home. It is about 5:10 at the moment, so I've had the foundation on my skin for about 6 hours, 6+ hours, and I held amazingly. I mean, I'm not sure if you can actually tell that it looks exactly the same way how it looked when I initially applied it on my skin. I have written down some pros and cons which I felt about this foundation during the day. Some of the pros are this product is cruelty free. I forgot to mention in the start of this video, Rihanna's Fenty foundation is cruelty free, so yes to that. And the staying power is remarkable. Like, it has stayed amazing. This is the side where I applied the primer on, this is the side where I didn't have the primer on, but equally it has held the foundation beautifully well. The packaging looks really nice with the frosted glass and the white cap, and it looks pretty in your vanity. It is very, very lightweight. I don't have that feeling that I have a foundation on my skin. It feels very light and feels just like a moisturizer. Sometimes even moisturizer tend to feel a bit too much, but this doesn't. It feels amazing on the skin. It makes my skin look healthy. Even though I have like a oily combination skin, it's able to take both my skin problems. So I tend to get oily on my T-zone, but with this foundation I haven't, and I haven't used a powder as well. So this has really held up really well, and it also covers my under eyes, so I don't really need to go in with a separate concealer to have my under eyes covered with this foundation. Any kind of blemishes, I don't have much on my skin, thankfully, but whatever little I have is covered beautifully. I don't have to go over it again, or it doesn't look cakey even if I try to cover it a bit extra. So these are some of the definitely this should make you buy this product. Cons, I really don't have any cons, to be honest, but one thing I would recommend is don't buy this foundation online, because the color you see online and the color you actually test on your skin is different, because it states clearly on the website that you have to try it personally, and because the product tends to oxidize. So if you buy a product which is a bit lighter, it will oxidize to your shade. So it's better you go to a Fenty counter and get it color matched to your skin and to suit your color. For my pros and cons, and my final verdict is, I think it's worth every penny. I think if you can get your hands on this foundation, do try it, because it's amazing. And as we are approaching summer, it's an amazing foundation for someone with oily skin, because it's gonna keep you matte and keep you feeling fresh. This foundation is gonna be my new everyday foundation, which I will be using for work. And yeah, definitely try it and let me know your thoughts. And that's it for this video, guys. I really hope this video was helpful in some form. Please do give this video a like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and also try and click on that bell icon you see next to the subscribe button, so you get automatically notified when I upload a YouTube video. Now I do plan on uploading at least one video every week, so please do hit on that button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.